Hi, and welcome to this video, which is number 10 in the series of short videos detailing the use of MasterFrame and MasterFrame Pro. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the use of the copy facility to copy existing elements to create new structure. The copy command works by selecting entities and determining the nature in which we wish to copy to new locations in the structure. This can be simply demonstrated by picking an object and determining from our coordinate system the direction we wish to shift in. In this example, we will shift in the Z direction. Preview Changes gives us a live preview of what we're about to create, allowing us to also see the effect of checking Create Connecting Members, which adds additional members between endpoints and increasing the number of copies to 2. We can toggle this on or off, and by clicking on Apply, we action these changes. This can be undone using the Undo on the top toolbar. If we wanted to copy all the items on a particular grid line of the structure, for example, grid line E, we can do this in several ways. First, we can put the structure on a plan view and slightly rotate the structure using Shift and middle mouse button into an aspect where we can window grid line E exclusively. If we were to keep the plan view and use the window select, due to the orientation of the grid line, we would select some unwanted elements. With these unwanted members included, we can deselect only members by using the Control and Shift keys, then windowing with the mouse. Likewise, if we want to only select members, we can use Control and Window. Otherwise, the window-only mode will toggle between selecting and deselecting members. As usual, we will get tips along the bottom of the screen to give us prompts within MasterFrame when working within our different functions. A third way of achieving this would be to move explicitly to gridline E within our frame views, then selecting those members. Finally, we can use the Select Gridline mode. We can clear the current selection, choose Select Gridlines, pick gridline E, and then check Auto-Select all the items on that gridline. Now, both the structure and the gridline are selected and ready for copying. Putting the structure on a plan view, we can now say we want to shift the structure 6 meters in the Z-axis. This does a direct translational shift in the Z-axis. However, if we wish to copy to be perpendicular to gridline E, we can undo our recent changes and reselect our gridline E, then pick point to point, to use a graphical selection to determine the new location from the original location. Utilizing the perpendicular tracking option from gridline E and entering a precise dimension we wish, for example 8.5 meters, it can work out the component shifts in the X and Z directions to determine precisely the 8.5 meter shift perpendicular to gridline E. Again, we can create connecting members and preview the changes, then click Apply to action the change to generate the new structure. Now let's use our copy method to copy the truss on gridline A to the other locations on gridline B, C and D. Moving our frame view to gridline A will allow us to quickly and easily select the truss using the window function. Moving back to the full frame mode, we can use the Pick Point-to-Point option within our Shift menu, which will have the effect of copying the member 15M in the Z direction. We can repeat the process for gridlines C and D, and in this instance, we can copy without connecting the members. Again, clicking Apply will action our intentions. A further copy mode of operation can be done using what we call the Add Level mode. The Add Level mode allows us to intelligently copy up a floor of a height different than that we are creating. For example, attempting to add a new 4.5 meter high floor by copying the existing 3.5 meter high top level without the Add Level mode in place, we can see we will copy up the members with a 1 meter gap between the top and bottom of the two floors. Checking the Add Level mode does the job of automatically adjusting the Y coordinate length of the copied structure to connect to the top of the existing structure. Additionally, if the columns had supports attached, for example on a ground floor column, the Add Level mode would automatically identify and remove these supports to avoid repetition. Copying can also be done rotationally by choosing the Rotate command. First, we should set the plane about which we wish to copy, then specify the angle and the origin point. Let's say we wish to again copy gridline E and all its members rotationally, on a plan orientation with an angle of 20 degrees. And let's make sure we have the plane of rotation set on plan. We can pick the origin point as being the start of gridline E, which intersects with gridline 1, then select all its members by first of all checking Select Gridlines, selecting our gridline in the model, and checking the Auto Select. If I proceed on this basis, I can see that I've got a rotation of gridline E about 20 degrees from the origin point, as shown. The Mirror Copy function simply works by selecting items with the structure that we wish to copy. Let's select the entire structure, excluding the grid lines, and draw the mirror line on the plane that we wish to mirror copy about. In this case, about the plan view. We can draw a mirror line starting at the corner of the structure by selecting Preview Changes. We can see the mirror copy of the new structure created precisely about this mirror line, then click Apply to proceed. This concludes this short video on the use of the copy command.